can't we just work together? As a humanity, as a human family, it seems like we just keep shooting ourselves in the feet. You know what I mean? Where we really look at it, if we were to communicate, if we were to have respect for one another, if we were able to look at the bigger picture, we would be able to come up with solutions and ideas that would serve everybody, that would help everybody. And yet because of greed, because of selfishness, because of fear, because of shame, we hide, we hold on to things, we don't communicate, and we just make life more messy for ourselves. So today I was in a kindergarten class sharing some of the stories that I've written and talking to them about the ideas of the books. So one of the stories I shared with them today was An Ant's Struggle, The Blessing of Teamwork. So I read the book, and then we had an activity where I had one of the kids come up to the front of the class, and I gave him a balloon. And I said, here, keep this balloon up in the air. And so he was doing a good job keeping the balloon in the air. And I said, great job. So then I blew up another balloon and I gave him a second balloon. And I said, okay, now keep both of these balloons in the air. And pretty quickly, one of them fell to the ground. So then I gave him a third balloon and said, okay, keep all three of these in the air. And even faster, the balloons fell to the earth. And so I said, okay, what if we get someone to come help you? So then we had someone come up and help, and the two of them were able to keep the three balloons up for a longer period of time. And then I pulled another kid up, and so there were three of them keeping the three balloons up, and they did pretty good. And then I threw in another balloon and another balloon, so there were 5 balloons and 3 kids, and they were kind of struggling with it. And then we got the whole class. We put them in a big circle, and we said, okay, we've got 5 balloons. There's 17 of you. Can we keep these 5 balloons in the air? And so they did pretty good at the beginning, but then they all clumped together. They started chasing the balloon and there wasn't communication. So we talked about communication. We said, okay, if you're going for the balloon, say, I've got it. So we practiced that and they did a little bit better. But then over time, they still kept trying to get to the balloons. Some of them wanted the balloon more than others, and so they were starting to fight over the balloons. So we broke up into little groups, and so we had a group of like 3 with each of the balloons. And we said, okay, there's 3 of you and 1 balloon. We can do this. But then we had some of the kids just started fighting over the balloon. They were pushing, they were holding on to each other, and it kind of fell apart. And so I started to think about us in our lives. What are some things that you are doing to hold yourself back, to hold others around you back? Maybe it's a belief about yourself. Maybe it's a belief that there's not an abundance in the world. Maybe there's a belief that, whatever it might be. Just think about that for a second. Why do you feel like you're holding yourself back? What is it in your life? What are some thoughts? What are some things that you are doing that are holding you back or keeping you from connecting with others, keeping you from having open communication? Now, you don't have control over everybody, but you do have control over you. And so there's a saying, be the change you wish to see in the world. So can you live in a state of abundance? Can you live in a state of gratitude? Can you recognize that you are a miracle and that you have a purpose and that everybody else is also a miracle with a purpose? And if we can see past the walls, if we can see past the masks, if we can see past the hurt and see the light that is within each other, that will help us to connect. We can learn and we can grow and we can connect. There is a higher way of living. We are being invited into that right now, and I invite you into that today, to live in a state of love, to live in a state of light, to let go of the things that are holding you back and to move forward into a state of love. You are a miracle, you have a purpose, you are worthy and you are worth it. And I'm so grateful for you. So if today's message was for you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you know someone that could benefit from it, please share it with them. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.